Welcome back to Faces and Places across the United States. This week's guest is John, and he'll be talking with Sandra.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to our web chat, Faces and Places across the United States. My name is Sandra. I'll be your host today. Today, I'll be talking with our guest, John. Hi, John.
Hey.
Welcome to our chat. It's wonderful to have you here on our American English at State Facebook page. We are so delighted that you have joined us for this web chat. Before we begin, let's ask our audience, where are they joining us from today? Take a moment to let us know and write it in the comments box. John, thanks again for being here. Why don't you tell us a little bit about yourself? Where are you from? Where are you now?
Yeah, thank you for having me. I am from California, so I'm right where that left green arrow is pointing. That's where I'm from, the Bay Area. And right now I'm actually living in DC because I'm in a PhD program here. So that's where I am, on the right side.
Yeah, so we are not too far from each other. I'm also here in Washington, DC. Are you enjoying the beautiful weather?
It is amazing out here right now. It's beautiful outside.
Very nice. Okay, I know it's been so beautiful. It's definitely the fall season now. And we have some people who are joining us and really excited to be here. We have Yesenia Montoya from Honduras. We also have Edgar Fernandez saying hello from Mexico. We have David Young saying hello from Taiwan. We have Marcelo Tumbol saying hello from Indonesia. We have Andres Malavasi from Brazil, Gayane Odans from Armenia, Naima from Algeria, Marina from Kuala Lumpur. We also have Sui Song from Singapore, Parochizina from Morocco, Casablanca, Alexandra from Ecuador, and Luz Munoz from Colombia. These are just to name a few. We have people from all over the world. Yeah, this is really exciting. It's definitely from all different corners of the world. So, John, we asked our audience to see if they know what questions they have for you. And I think we have in our next slide some of the questions and some of the comments that they were giving us. So let's see if we can see it on the slide. Okay, we have Rehanna saying, I want to ask John what time of the month is best for rock climbing. We also have Ismat saying, great. They're going to be watching us from Dhaka, Bangladesh. We also have Zulu Azul saying, great, looking forward to learning about rock climbing and exchanging thoughts. On our next slide, I think we have a few more questions and comments. We have Ariano Clau wanting to know, where are you from? Saira Tasi, great, another opportunity to widen our knowledge. We have Del Gama saying, wow, another great learning opportunity for educators. Ibrahim Goma saying, I am very excited. I look forward to attending and chatting with colleagues and interested about learning about rock climbing. And we have Rihanna saying, my favorite hobby is gardening. And that looks like they have also gone and done a lot of rock climbing. So, let's talk about your favorite hobby, rock climbing. It's something probably that requires a lot of skills. So let's begin with this question. How did you start rock climbing?
Good question. I started back when I was in college, my last year of college, but I kind of was dabbling in it, so just doing it lightly. So this photo here, I'm actually in West Virginia. And this was more recent. So I really started climbing in 2015. That's when I started doing it regularly. And that's when I learned how to do it outdoors, and both indoors and outdoors. And I started going once or twice a week. And ever since then, I've been really into it and climbing pretty regularly and trying to train and get a little bit stronger every now and then, hopefully.
Yeah, wow, that looks like you really need to do a lot of preparation work for it. You mentioned that you like indoor climbing and outdoor climbing. So my question was, what do you think is more difficult and how are they different?
Yeah, that's another good question, because sometimes people think of rock climbing being outdoors only, or some people only like to do it indoors. I like to do both. I think they both have different challenges. The indoor one is more, I feel like it helps me prepare for being outside. It helps me mentally prepare and physically prepare and work different parts of my body that I wouldn't otherwise work out. And it's sort of like a puzzle. You can see in this photo indoors that they're color coordinated. So when you're looking at this wall here, if you're gonna go on the orange route, whatever grade that is, you only touch the orange rocks. So you have to sort of figure out this puzzle, which is one of the great things I like about climbing, is figuring out the puzzle, the mental aspect. And then when I'm outdoors, it's different. It's being in nature. You have to figure out and use what you can. And it's much more beautiful outside, of course. And yeah, it's just a bit different. Everyone likes to do their own things. A lot of people do both.
Yeah, I had no idea that it was color coded. That's something that is new to me. I had no idea. So if you start on the green, you will be only touching the green or the yellow or the pink.
If you're new, you can do what we call a rainbow route and just touch whatever you want.
Oh, okay. Well, that's pretty cool too. That's excellent to know. Do you have a preference of indoors or outdoors?
I love being outdoors, but I don't have access to it as easily to climb outdoors. I mean, in DC, we have a lot of places we can drive to very close, but climbing is not so accessible. And so I like being indoors regularly, and I like going on outdoor trips if I have a long weekend.
Good. So I have a question for you now. I know there's probably a lot of good things about rock climbing, but what do you think are the most important benefits of rock climbing?
Yeah, there are a lot of benefits. One, well, you get to be outside, just like in this photo here. This was taken, I think I was in Kentucky at the Red River Gorge there. There are the most obvious benefit, I guess, is the physical benefit. So you get to stay in shape, you get to stay strong, and that's one aspect. The other aspect for me that I like, that I get a benefit from, is the mental aspect, which is I learn how to stay calm, I learn how to breathe, I learn how to stay focused, and it really is a mental challenge for me to go through rock climbing, especially when I'm outdoors, and it's a little bit riskier when you're outside. I have to stay calm and just stay focused. And I think the last benefit for me, and maybe the best one, is the camaraderie, which is the friends that I make, the people that I meet, the relationships that I build, that every time I travel somewhere new, I meet new people and we stay in contact. I see their climbing photos on Instagram, and it's a really nice community, the rock climbing community.
So you create a group of friends around something that you really like to do.
Yeah, around the world, yeah. Yeah.
That's great. So if you're just joining us, we are talking to John, who is currently here in Washington, D.C. as well. And he is talking to us about one of his favorite hobbies, which is rock climbing. Okay, so you told me a little bit about the benefits, but I'm kind of a little scared. So I kind of want to know, what are the dangers of rock climbing?
There are no dangers. No, I'm kidding. Of course, it comes with risk. You're climbing up something really tall, and most people imagine falling when they climb up something really tall. So there are risks, but I think and I think people tend to think, people who have watched the recent documentary Free Solo tend to think that rock climbers do this, where they just climb up things without any ropes, and they're all kind of crazy. Well, some of us are crazy, but I think most of us like to play it safe and like to do things as safe as possible, because we all have families and lives at home, and we like to be as safe as possible, taking into consideration all the risks that can happen and then minimizing that risk. So I never climb without gear, without ropes, without the quick draws, without my harness, my helmet when I'm outside. So I always climb with gear, and I'm always mindful and thinking about what risk could happen if I make this next move, and just being aware is really important for rock climbing. For me and all my friends that rock climb, at least, we don't, we try to be as careful as possible when we do it. Yeah.
Yeah, so this is a beautiful picture, and my next question is going to be about how you prepare for it, but I wanted to tell you that this is just, looks magnificent, and if maybe you can tell us a little bit about it in a minute. It looks like you're hanging there, so hopefully you were safe, and looks like what you said is true. If you are prepared, you take all the precautions, and of course you're very careful. So how do you prepare for rock climbing? Because this probably takes a lot of physical strength and also mental strength.
Yeah. So this photo was taken in China, in the south of China, in the Guangxi province. It's a beautiful, this is a really beautiful place. The most beautiful place I've ever climbed, actually. So in terms of preparation, I think people prepare different ways. Some people like to do a lot of finger training or intense training. I more like to prepare with mentally. And so like before I get on a route, I like to just make sure I'm in a good state. When I'm on the ground, I'm not freaking out before I go on the climb, that I am there when I'm climbing, like I'm focused on it. And I also like to prepare, in terms of training, I like to prepare with, I like to do yoga. I like to stretch a little bit. I like to do some mild exercises, some core exercises, nothing too intense. I'm not so into going to the gym and doing intense workouts. So that's usually how I prepare for it.
Yeah, so you said that's one of your favorite places to climb, your most beautiful one, but what do you think has been the most memorable experience you have had rock climbing?
Yeah. I've had many. I've been traveling around the world a lot, but I think my favorite place to go rock climbing in the world is actually in West Virginia. It's this place, it's the New River Gorge. It's in a little town called Fayetteville, West Virginia. And my most memorable moment was also there because that's actually where I first learned to lead climb outdoors. And I remember, yeah, that's the New River Gorge Bridge right there. It's a really beautiful town, especially in the fall. And I remember my first time there, I was there in the summer of 2015. I was doing my very first route outdoors lead climbing, and I had gotten up pretty high, and it was an easy route. So I thought, oh, it's a breeze, it's fine. It's not so high rated. And I ended up falling about 30 feet, which is about 10 meters. And I ended up being upside down with my back against the wall. Luckily, I had a helmet on, and I actually was not injured at all. I didn't even have a scratch on me somehow. But I do remember falling for so long that I was thinking, when am I going to stop falling? So that was probably the most memorable moment of rock climbing that I have.
Wow, so it was a scary moment, but also your most memorable. You probably will remember it for the rest of your life.
Yes,
But it looks like a beautiful place for sure here in West Virginia. How do you train for rock climbing? You kind of talked a little bit about the gym and all that. Are there any other things that you do to keeping your lifestyle according to the training that you have to do?
Yeah, I like I said earlier, I'm not so much into intense training as I am into just being mindful of fitness generally. I don't eat a lot of sugar. That's just never been a part of my diet. So I try to be mindful of what I eat as much as I can because I also really like food. But I just like to keep moving, really. I think that's my biggest thing is I like to go on walks. I have a new puppy, so we go on a lot of walks. I like to stretch. I like to make sure I'm staying flexible. I'm not very tall or muscular, so I have to do things differently when I climb compared to tall, long people. And so I have to stay flexible and I have to maintain that. And yeah, mostly yoga, some core exercises every now and then, and some walking.
Very nice. Wow. Yeah, it looks like you're going to have to be pretty strong to do what you're doing there in that picture. So we have some questions from our audience. I'm gonna start with a few of them. So Karima is asking a few questions. Have you been injured while climbing?
Injured while climbing? That's a good question. So some people, I mean, injuries are not, I mean, they're not common, but they're also not uncommon. I think a lot of people get finger injuries, which I actually, you probably can't see from here. My knuckles on my fingers get swollen quite easily. So it's not really an injury where it prevents me from climbing. But a lot of people, when they climb for a long time, they get these small injuries, kind of like runners, and eventually their knees start hurting. The same thing happens with climbing, but I have personally never been like injured. I've never had to go to a hospital or anything.
That's good. I think before we had this question too, and it's been asked again, what time of the day and what time of the month, cold days, hot days, was the best time to climb?
Yeah, good. That's a really good question. Time of day, I think I'm not a morning person, so I don't like getting up that early. But I think a lot of people who climb do want to get up earlier because it tends to be less humidity and drier and cooler. And so the rocks will feel nicer during the mornings. As in time of the year, it depends on where you're at. So I think there are many places where it's hot year round and you just have to get used to climbing and sweating. And in the US, at least, in the East Coast, it gets colder than the West Coast. In my experience from having lived in California and in DC. And so when winter comes, there's not really an option for you to be outdoors in DC to climb because it's just so cold to be out there. So a lot of people actually, the people who live in their vans and climb for their life, they migrate west when it comes to, they move over there and climb in California or in Oregon or some other place that's a little warmer and you can climb year round. So it really does depend on where you, I'd say the best months generally our best seasons are spring and fall. It's just not as hot or not as cold.
Yeah, so we have questions about how much water you should drink before going on a climb and also how much food do you eat before going climbing?
Good questions. I usually bring like a giant Nalgene bottle, like a big, like 32 ounce or 64 ounce Nalgene bottle. And I mean, you have to keep in mind that when you're climbing, you're burning a lot of your energy. So you have to bring some sugar with you. I usually bring a soda with me. At some point during the day, I'll drink the soda so I can get more energy back. Food, just your normal food. I like to bring little snacks. A lot of people bring nuts to the wall. I like proper meals. So sometimes I'll bring a sandwich to the wall, just things that you can bring that won't make you feel so full that you can't climb, but can energize you to keep climbing.
So John, we have so many questions, but we're also running out of time, but I have a few that I would like to ask before we leave. What age should people start practicing this hobby?
I would, are you talking about for you or for kids? It depends.
I'm too old now for that.
No, I think at any age you can really start. If you're asking for kids, kids start climbing as soon as they're born. No, as soon as they can start walking, they're already climbing things. For those of you who have kids, you probably know. So I think the earlier you can start them and teach them about safety and teach them about certain aspects of climbing, the better, because then they're building those muscles that they need. But as for adults, I really think you can start at any age. I think it's scary to start, but it's once you get used to it, you learn about the safety, you learn about how to do it that's right for your body or your whatever your needs are. Yeah.
So I wanted to let you know we have people also from Charlie from Sweden. We have Amalia from the UAE, and we also have people sharing how they like to listen to music as their hobbies, how they like to do paper crafting, playing cricket, dancing, and also listening to Mozart. So we have lots of people sharing with us their hobbies. And unfortunately, we ran out of time today, John. We had so many questions. Hopefully we can go back and answer some of them on Facebook. later on, but we want to thank you for sharing your morning with us, your time, and also this really cool hobby that you have. I learned a lot and now I'm intrigued about it, and I don't know if I'll try it, but it looks pretty cool.
Yeah, thank you for having me, and thanks everyone for joining us. Yeah.
Yes, thank you for joining us. Don't forget to check out our resources, americanenglish.state.gov. You can also find our videos on the YouTube channel, and don't forget to continue to engage with us in our Facebook page. We look forward to seeing you again in a couple of weeks for our next session of Faces and Places Across the United States. Thank you again, John, and good luck in your studies.
Thanks, Sandra. Bye.
And good luck with climbing.
Thank you.
Bye, everybody.